What's going on, everybody? Samuel Kim here, and I'm back with another one. Today, we are going to be breaking down Dylan Laube. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he is a dog. Now, his 2023 stats were not as good as his 2022 stats, and I'm sure a lot of the scouts are looking at his 2022 statistics as to judge who he is and how he is as a player. He's a dog. Really good runner of the football, really good catcher out of the backfield. I think that's more of what his skill set is catching out of the backfield. They put him at receiver a lot. He's able to, he's got real natural hands. He's a really good running back. One question I always come to when thinking about this guy is, who would you rather have, Dylan Laube or Isaiah Davis? We're not going to get into that right now. Dylan Laube is a great running back, and we're going to talk about him right now. We're going to break down some of his stats. Well, first off, in this video, we're going to be breaking down some of his best plays, and I'm going to be talking about what I feel like he does best. I think he does a lot of things good. I think he's a really good running back, but right now, I'm just going to tell you some of his numbers and how he did at the Combine. So he was invited to the Combine. He was also invited to the Senior Bowl. Before we get into the film, we'll talk about some of his numbers. So, first team all conference CAA running back. He was FCS Stats All-American as an all-purpose player, Senior Bowl attendee. He was also an NFL Combine attendee. Let's give you his numbers from the Combine. He's 5'10", 206 pounds. He ran a 4.5 40. He jumped a 37-inch vertical, a 9.10 broad jump. He ran a 6.8 4 in the 3-cone, a 4.02 short shuttle, and 23 on the bench. I think those are really good numbers. I think maybe the broad is the only thing you can kind of count against him. They probably want that over 10, but that 37 vert speaks enough on his explosiveness. That 4.5 4 speaks enough to his speed. The 6.8 4 3-cone speaks to his change of direction. That 4.02 short shuttle speaks to his change of direction. So the thing I said a couple weeks ago, these numbers are just justifying what you see on film. The film is going to speak more than anything else. His film speaks for itself, but his numbers at the Combine justify what you see on film. Let's talk about his stats this year. 158 carries, 715 yards for 4.5 yards average on 9 touchdowns. He had 68 receptions, 699 yards on 10.3 yards per catch on 7 touchdowns. His best game this year was against Central Michigan, and he had 7 carries, 30 yards, a touchdown, and he had 12 receptions, 295 yards, and 2 touchdowns. His 2022 stats, because I want to talk about his 2022 stats because I think he had a really good year. He ran the ball better than he caught the ball in 2022, opposed to 2023. But the 2022 statistics, 245 carries, 1,205 yards on 4.9 yards a carry, 15 rushing touchdowns, or 15 touchdowns. Well, 15 rushing touchdowns, yes. 49 receptions, 464 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. So he had a better rushing season in 2022 than he did in 2023, and he had a better receiving season in 2023 than he did in 2022. But 2022, 2023 were great years for Dylan Laube. He's a great player. We are going to be breaking down his film. Hit the like button right now. Hit the subscribe button right now. Let me know what you guys think, one, of Dylan Laube, and also let me know what you guys would like to see next. We are going to get straight into the breakdown. Okay. Dylan Laube, great player, runner, receiver. Ask him what you want to do. What do you want to do with him? He gets the jet sweeps. He does everything. He's a great player, and we're going to look at it right now. These first few clips are some of his big plays from the season, some of the big plays that he's had, not even this season. I took clips from this year and last year, and some of these are some of the big explosive plays that he's had. So let's look at them. Big playability. Sorry, this first clip is kind of grainy, but you guys are able to get the point. Big playability out of this guy. Take a little inside zone play, bounce it out, and turn it into something huge. Really good play here. And you see the speed. You see that 4.5 speed that I spoke about. Great. Amazing run right there. Touchdown. Next clip. Here we go. Little catch out of the backfield. But once again, another really big play. This is that Central Michigan game where he had 295 receiving yards. Takes it to the house. Once again, let's watch it. Doesn't really have to make many people miss. Really good blockers out front by his linemen. Really good blocks. And he takes it all the way to the house. Really good job there. Really good job there. Next, here we go. Another catch out of the backfield. Little dump pass to him. And he's going to take it like 70 yards. And I think that's why he had 295 receiving yards. Because you see right here, where'd they start the ball at? Start with the ball right here. He had like a 80-yard reception here. And then right here, he had another 70-yard reception here. That's 150 yards right there. So, I mean, it's easy to see how fast his receiving, but 295 receiving yards is big for anybody. 295 receiving yards for a running back is absolutely ridiculous. That probably punched his ticket to the Senior Bowl and the Combine right there, but he's a really good player, really talented, and I think somebody's going to get a really good player out of him. Catching out of the backfield right here on this little flat route. You're going to send the running receiver on a jet motion. Little misdirection, and then you're spinning the running back and the tight end out into flat routes. And Dylan Laube's going to get it and take it up the sidelines. A little high five into the end zone. Really good play. Like I said, he's got big playability written all over him, and he shows that over and over and over again. Here we go right here. Another big play. Man. Against Elon. Really good job. I mean, his speed just jumps out at you, and his big playability just jumped out at me, because I had heard his name all year, and I think after that Central Michigan game, I really started to hear his name, and I've wanted to do a breakdown on him for a long time, but I started to look at some of his games, and I'm like, man, like, this guy is just making plays. Here he goes with the punt return. Like, that's what I think his interest to NFL teams and scouts is like, he's a running back, but you can do so much with him. He can catch out of the backfield. And a lot of people say if you're good at everything, you're not great at anything. Well, that may be true, but he is good at a lot of things. He's good at running the ball. He's good at catching out of the backfield. He's good at punt return. You know, he's good at playing. I think he's a decent slot receiver from what I've seen as a running back. Obviously, he most likely hasn't dedicated as much time as he could to being a good receiver, but I think he has that ability in him. Now, the next question becomes, what is he great at? What can he be great at? And that's what a lot of scouts are going to want to know. I don't have that answer right now, but I know he's a game changer, and he makes plays. He's a playmaker, so you definitely got to bring him in the building and see what he does best for you. But this guy's just got talent, super talent, super talent. Good footwork, able to make guys miss. Just really good. Really good player. Here we go. We got a couple of short touchdowns here. A couple of his short yardage touchdowns on here. No. We got catches out of the backfield. So next is our catches out of the backfield. Like I said, he's a really good receiver out of the backfield. I think he's probably the best receiving running back in this draft this year. You guys can quote me on that, but I think he's the best receiving running back out of the backfield. I can't think of anybody who's better. He's just got the full gambit of skills. And these next clips are going to be some of his catches out of the backfield, which is something he does really well. Nothing super serious. That is just a real short one I found. But some of these next ones, pretty decent. And like, this might seem like an easy catch, but you don't know how many times I've watched a running back drop this catch. A little high, a little bit outside. That's not an easy catch. And that's some of the things that you look at as a talent evaluator. I'm not a talent evaluator. I just know the game of football. But that's some of the things these talent evaluators are looking at, is like, how natural are his hands? How natural does he look catching the football? Does he look like he's straining to catch the football, or does it look like a natural action? To me, this looks like a natural action. Like I said, you don't know how many running backs I've watched drop this pass. A little high, a little outside. They aren't able to get their hands up. They drop it. It ends up to be an incomplete pass. He looks so easy, just kind of jumping up, grabbing this ball over his head, and turning upfield. He's a very natural catcher of the football, and I think that's one of the biggest things of his appeal as a running back, is how good he is out of the backfield. Now, obviously, these aren't like super extravagant routes, but just catching out of the backfield as a running back, I think, is a feat in itself, because there's so many running backs who aren't able to do that. They're going to get this little screen here, one-handed catch, easy. He makes it look easy. He's not even worried about the fact that it's a one-handed catch. He's trying to get upfield, get the ball in his hands, and so he can get upfield, making people miss. He doesn't go down easily. He's also got a great center of gravity. He's 5'10", so he's not super tall. Another screen. Here we go. Getting out in space, getting the ball in his hands, making things happen. Here we go again. Another little screen. No real blockers out in front. That might not have been a screen, but he's getting out in front. Getting out in front for sure. Another catch out of the backfield, little flat route, another one-handed catch. I mean, look at this. This is against Fordham in their playoff game last year, 2022, I believe. He had a really good game then as well. But here we go, another catch out of the backfield. And he's getting upfield, trying to make things happen. Really good job. Really good job. I'm just a really big fan of this guy. I think he's a great player. Another catch out of the backfield. Like, so many clips of him catching out of the backfield. That's so much of what he did. And like I mentioned, his 2022 stats were less in the receiving end. I think he had about 450, maybe close to 500 in receiving in 2022, and almost 700, only 1 yard under 700 receiving yards in 2023. So I think but like his stats are like split, because in 2022 total he had like 1,600 yards, and in 2023 total he had like 1,400 yards. So he went down a little bit, but still a playmaker. I'd love to see what his special teams numbers were. I didn't see anything about his special teams numbers, his return, but obviously we saw he had a punt return, so he has that in his game as well. But this guy is just a gadget player that I feel like you can plug and play. Now here's some clips of him at the receiver position. We're going to go back a little bit. You can't see the full route here, but he's at receiver down here in the slot, which is something I feel like adds to his toolbox and something that he brings to the team, to the table, to a team. Another route up here at the top, little out route. Nothing crazy. It's not, and like I said, it's not that these routes are crazy or like the execution, the technique in the routes is crazy, but it's just like this guy's a running back. I don't know how many people actually put their running backs at receiver. Like, look at this, a fade route on the outside. Not only does he win the fade route, but he stacks the DB, saves space for the quarterback. Like, this is really good technique on this fade route. Slot fade at that. Like, these slot fades are not easy to complete. I know a lot of times in college, our quarterbacks always try to complete these, and it was kind of hard because, you know, as the slot guy, you're fading, and you don't know if you need to put it over the top, or you don't know if you need to put it over the outside shoulder, like back shoulder. I mean, like there's so many places where you can put this ball because there's so much space. So there's so much space to get it wrong. And I feel like he ran this route great, and really good catch, really natural over the shoulder catch. Like, this guy just looks really good. He's got really, I mean, he just looks like a natural football player to me. Like there's a lot of guys who you see play football and you're like, I don't know where that guy belongs positionally, but I know that guy belongs on the field. He's a football player. He makes plays. Like, look at this route. This is probably his best route that I saw, but this slant route down here at the bottom, really good. False start. Got to call it when I call it. False start for sure. That's okay. But really good route at the top, like really good break at the top on this slant route. Obviously, it's on a linebacker, but that's the matchups you're going to be seeing in the NFL is linebacker, safety, like bigger guys who probably can't cover as good as a DB, but, you know, can do enough. But, you know, the linebackers in the league are getting really athletic these days, so that might change. But really good route. I thought this route was really good. Little hezzy at the top, the footwork at the top, the stick at the top, just really good route from a running back. Like, I thought that was really good. Really, really good. Great job right there. Here we go. Another route on the outside. You can't really see him you can see him at the beginning. He's going to go out of the picture during the route, but just another fade route. And they have him singled up here. Like, if this doesn't speak to this guy's versatility, I don't know what does. They have him singled up as a running back down here in 13 personnel, tight end, fullback. So maybe you can call it 22 personnel, but there's only one receiver on the field, and it's him as a running back. And he runs a great route and catches the over the shoulder catch. I mean, this speaks to the trust that these coaches had in him. This speaks into this speaks to him as a player. Everything about him as a player. Here's all his short yardage, not all of them, a few of his short yardage touchdowns. He's able to get in the end zone. He finds a way to get in the end zone. Like I said, he's a smaller back, good center of gravity, great agility, and I think he's got decent vision, really decent vision. He's a good back. Another run, another short distance run here, getting in the end zone, easy, putting his head down. Here we go right here. Good footwork here. Really good footwork right here. Watch this footwork. Freeze the defender. Like, the defender, as a defense, you're saying, this is your tackle. You have to make this tackle. They're kicking out the corner. They're kicking out the corner with the band block coming across. Looks like an inside zone type play. Kicking out the corner, and it's one-on-one. It's you, man. It's you. And he misses him. Good block by the tight end. He didn't hold him, but he did enough. He did enough. And it worked out well for his running back, who's able to get around the edge and get in the end zone. Really good footwork there. Really good footwork. Great job. Here we go. Another one. Put the shoulder down. Get in the end zone. Low center of gravity. That's that low center of gravity right there. Look at it. Put your head down. Get in the end zone. Find a way to get in the end zone. Really good job. Really good job. Really good job. There we go. Another one. Good cut. We got an end zone view of this, but that was a great cut. Great reading the block. Let that block work for you. Let that block work for you. Let's go back to the wide view real quick so we can see. You got this lineman pulling around, inserting, finding work. First jersey that shows up, he takes him. You got the fullback coming down, blocking down, sealing that hole, and I mean, that is blocked perfectly. That is blocked perfectly. That is exactly how you draw it up. It's exactly how you draw it up. There we go. Really good job. Touchdown. Here we go. Another one. Tight end coming across again. Is that the center pulling around? It is. Great job. Now we got some. These are a few jet sweeps. I'm sure they gave him more jet sweeps. I got 2 jet sweeps on here. He grabbed a couple jet sweeps throughout the season. I saw a couple on here, but they turned into really good plays. And this is just furthering my point about you can put this guy a lot of places and he will make plays for you. Like New Hampshire used him perfectly. Obviously, this past season, I think the record was 6-5, so they weren't super successful. They were probably better in 2022 than they were in 2023. Here's some long runs here following those jet sweeps, but they use him a lot of different ways, And I know some NFL team is going to be able to capitalize on his skill set because he does a lot of things well, and I think he can make some team better. Good footwork here. Great footwork here. Way to see the cutback here. Really good job. That DB got way too down in there. Don't get too deep down in there or you get lost. He got lost and Laube made him pay. Really good job. Really good job. Falling forward. Not letting him tackle you backwards. Falling forward. Really good job. Here we go again. Another long run. Almost. But getting it down in there. Getting dirty. Great job. Really good job. Here we go. Looks like a stretch. Outside zone maybe. But really good result. Really good result. Great job. Great job. Pass protection. I didn't see many clips of him pass protecting. I tried to throw this on here just to, get a gauge. He's throwing his body in there. He's not the biggest guy. He's 5'10", so he's not super small, but he's not super big either. Throwing his body in there. I think he weighed in at 210 is what I said. So, pretty solid guy. I'm sure that's something he's going to have to do in the NFL for sure and show that he can do is pass protect. So I wanted to see what he had potentially. But really good run here again. Only about 10 yards, but bouncing it out, finding a way to get out there and making something out of nothing. Really good cut right there. Really good cut right there. I thought that was awesome. Really good cut right there. Great job. Great job. Here we go. Look at this. Look at how he stops his feet. Put your foot in the ground, and really good for his tight end to be able to avoid. Oh my, this is crazy. The wherewithal by his tight end to know I got to get out of my guy's way. But really good cut right here. Really good footwork right here. Not a super long run, but I thought the way he put his foot in the ground right here to juke out number 42, really good. Really, really good. Great run. Here we go. A little jump cut. Get to the outside. Get in the end zone. Almost. Really good run. I think this is the last clip right here. Yep. Jump cut. Get to the outside. And make something happen. There we go. Well, that is going to do it for the Dylan Laube breakdown. I appreciate you guys so much for tapping in. Let me know what you guys think about him. Let me know what you guys thought about his numbers. Let me know if you guys were tapped into him during this season. I think he's a great player. I think he's going to be a great NFL pro. Some team's going to get a Swiss Army knife type player. He can do it all. He can receive. He can play running back. He can catch out of the backfield. I'm sure he can be a good slot receiver. He can play special teams. He can return for you. I'm sure he's going to get some shots to be on kickoff, kick return. I mean, he's going to be everywhere, and I think he can do a lot of good things for an NFL football team. So I think he's going to be a great pro. I think he's going to have a great career, and good luck all to him. Thank you guys for tapping into my breakdowns. Let me know what you guys think about this player. Let me know what player you would like for me to do next, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see ya.